Michael Connolly is something of a rare creature these days. He has lived his entire life in the same neighborhood on Munjoy Hill in Portland. It was famous as an Irish-American neighborhood. He's Irish-American. He's written extensively about the Irish-American experience, including in his new novel, which is called As the Twig is Bent, a portrait of the teacher as a young man. Michael Connolly is here with us on 207, along with Eric Brown, who's the director of the Maine Irish Heritage Center. Thanks for coming in. It's good to see you both.
Rob, thank you so much. And I've been called many things in my life, but never a creature before.
Oh, come on. I bet you've been called that and worse.
I take it in the sense that it was given. And I'm very happy to be here today. Thank you for having us.
You have now written this third novel in a series about a fictional family, Irish-American, growing up on Munjoy Hill. In this book, more than the previous two, you say that you really tapped into your own life. It's almost a fictionalized memoir, isn't it?
That's right. The others were based on stories that I had heard of my family, my grandparents that I never really met other than for 1 year with my grandmother. And the second novel was based in large part on stories that I knew about or heard about my parents and the Irish community that we all grew up in.
So these are stories, really in all three novels and certainly in this one, these are stories that just come from your life.
And also the research that I've done over the years, because I studied Irish longshoremen here in Portland when I was at Boston College. So a lot of the stories come from that.
How intact is the Irish-American legacy now, Eric?
That's a great question. So the most recent U.S. Census identifies that 1 in 6 Mainers trace their roots back to Ireland, and in Portland, it's actually 1 out of 5. So it's a very significant part of the community, and the center, we both have been, I mean, Michael's been involved with the center since I think its beginnings probably, or close to it, yes. Is, I think, crucial.
That's kind of the heart of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of the community, the Irish-American community, and the people who are interested in keeping that community alive. When you sat down to write this book, to what degree did you just want to tell a good yarn, and to what degree did you really want to inform people about the Irish-American community to a greater extent?
Both things are possible to do together. I taught for 36 years in history at St. Joseph's College, and so the works that I did there were pure histories, and I couldn't go over into fiction at all. It would not have been considered appropriate. But as soon as I retired in 2020, I was just itching to do this.
You wanted to make stuff up at that point.
I did, and so 3 came out in 5 years, and they were ready to emerge.
Is there a lot of living history that people can see when they visit Portland that tells them about what kind of impact the Irish have had here, Eric?
Yeah, I mean, certainly, and I mean, a good trace for that actually is reading Michael's trilogy, which really occupies the entirety of the 20th century and has a lot of those memorials. I mean, certainly the West End Cemetery with the memorial to the Great Hunger, but there are lots of, we were just talking about John Ford before we
John Ford, the great American filmmaker who grew up in Portland, Irish roots, and went on to become one of the greatest names ever in Hollywood. This is the third and final book in this series. It's a trilogy, but you aren't done writing yet. You've got more stories you want to tell.
No, there's always more to do. In the early 80s, 1980s, not 1880s, I did interviews with a whole bunch of longshoremen that were born around the turn of the 20th century. So those have been digitized now, and I'm going to try to select out the best of that and maybe put that in a book. And the working title is Gifted with Memories, which comes right from one of the interviews.
The launch party for As the Twig is Bent is happening at the Maine Irish Heritage Center on October 16th at 6:30.
That's right.
That's where you send it out into the world, and then there's another big event coming up a few weeks later.
Yeah, in November 20th, we are bringing back our CLADA Award, which has not been the case since the pandemic, actually. So, and we're very excited that the Irish ambassador to the U.S. will be presenting that award, and this year we're giving it to Congresswoman Shelley Pingree.
All right, that's the final word. Eric, Michael, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it. Again, the name of the book, As the Twig is Bent. We've got more information in the 207 section of our new Center Maine app or website. Stick around, we'll return right after this.